Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all fellow Ambazonians. I thank you all for watching today's edition of Rebel TV. Permit me for having this very bad voice today because I have a flu and a very serious one, but I still have to be serious on Ambazonia's Rebel TV to discuss with the people of Ambazonia about the state of the revolution, to also inform the people of Ambazonia about the state of the revolution, and also to receiving your calls on the state of the revolution. I do appreciate all of you who are watching us today on today's edition of Rebel TV. This is a wonderful Saturday. It's a very wonderful Sunday, rather. Wonderful Sunday. And I want to thank you all for leaving your jobs, for leaving your homes, for being part of this Ambazonia broadcast today. I have a lot to discuss about. I will start off in English and switch to Pidgin English. My name is Tapang Aivotanku. I am the rebel spokesperson of the Ambazonia Revolution. I happen to be one and the only spokesperson of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. I happen to be one of the key advocates for guns and bullets, and I will never ever back down on advocating for guns and bullets to fight La République du Cameroun terrorists. Ambazonians, I know what has happened yesterday in Kumba. The heartland of Ambazonia has been very devastating to our consciences and has provoked a lot of thoughts. Many people calling me to ask if truly we have to fight this revolution and we have to continue the fight against La République du Cameroun. I will address those concerns in today's edition of Ambazonia's Rebel TV for rebels and for the promotion of rebels. I will address those concerns. To start off with, this particular month has been very devastating for the Ambazonia's revolution. Some of you may not know, but I will play, I would say, rare audios of General Ayeke, who passed away in the course of fighting to defend our women and children at the start of this month, October 2020. I will play those audios. Many of you don't know, Ayeke was my cousin, and I discovered only in the late hours of his death that he was my cousin. And we share the same grandfather, the same father you've all been hearing me talking about for Njembi. Ayeke was a blood relation, and this revolution made me to discover who was truly my blood relative. I will play to you rare audios you've not heard of. And some of you have always thought that Ivo must support the Ambazonia Defense Forces. No, I do support all defense forces, particularly those that are legit, those that fight for the defense of our women and children. And I also caution other defense forces to respect the Geneva Conventions, to respect international laws. And you must not be with the ADF for me to support you. Not at all. But when I see your actions, and I think your actions can be promoted in this course of the Ambazonia struggle, why not? I have to support you and I have to lift up your flag. I supported Ayeke without ever knowing that Ayeke was a family member of mine. Little did I know. And I stood by him. And only in the wee hours of his death did I discover that this was truly my cousin. And that is to show you the extent of the Ambazonia revolution and how we have to conduct ourselves. Some of you have not seen me for the past few months in Ambazonia, not because Ivo doesn't want to come on air, but because I also have personal relationship issues between the fighters and within myself. Yesterday, you heard Benedict Kwa of the Ambazonia Defense Forces announcing on air that I have left as the deputy in charge of the Atlantic Zone. Perhaps that is not my niche, but I have to give the chance for others to take over. Ambazonians, we are on the right course of independence. I remain the spokesperson of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. We have successfully launched the Ambazonia National TV that will be going operational within the next 2 days. And this TV will be streaming 24 hours a day on Ambazonia, in Ambazonia, and in other countries in Africa. That is the extent to which we can show how we could disseminate the right information to the people of Ambazonia to steer clear of La République du Cameroun's terrorism. But before going to the national TV, I will address the following concerns on today's edition of Rebel TV. The first, I will talk about General Ayeke and play some of his startling audios he sent to me, the exchanges I had with General Ayeke. Second, I will talk about the Ambazonia National TV and how we shall be operating. I will be presenting the news on Ambazonia National TV. Therefore, you will sit from Yaoundé, from Douala, from Kuseri, from Kolofata, and you will listen to Ambazonia National TV on Ambazonia National Rebel TV. And that is the extent to which we've made the biggest, the largest sacrifice, despite us having the largest arsenal of weapons in the fight against Cameroon's terrorism. We have a battery of reporters. We have a strong team of news reporters who will be sacrificing their own personal, I would say, personal lives, who will be taking time off their personal lives to be on the national TV. It will not be like the ABC TV. It will not be like the Southern Cameroon's Broadcasting Corporation. This is a Rebel TV. And this TV will be out to promote only rebellious concerns, how we have to rebel against the La République du Cameroun's terrorism. It is not political in any way, and we will not go into any way political. It is completely a revolutionary TV. But let me start off by playing this particular audio of General Ayeke. This is one of the audios that you may not have heard. And as all of you know General Ayeke's voice, you'll be listening to a series of audios, how he talked about the ADF, why he did not want to associate with the ADF, and how he also predicted that La République du Cameroun is gunning for his head. These are audios I have never shared, I have never played with anyone, including the ADF defense leaders. Let me switch on my phones and please increase the volume. I'm not casting from my computer, I'm casting from my phone.
I'll be very grateful for hear that. I don't know very well. I come on among B2. Ayeke, Natapang Aigo. Now you are one just call for salute you. I'll be showed a video yesterday. Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, somebody don't just call me, tell me. Say yesterday you be there live for that my video for the war. Who I be go install my next in command for day. I'll be very grateful. I just say my network will be poor. You know if you give me a call for WhatsApp so that people talk. Except for either we record or we text directly. So thank you so much. We just did for ground the managers when I see them so. Although ground is shake plenty, but we hold them tight. Ambazonia forever. Wow. Happy to hear that. I've been very grateful for hear that. The phone to me where they talk my papa. I'm a grandfather. My mommy. He papa come up for that palace, for Fontenbe palace. So the Fontenbe where they talk now my grandpa. I mean, say surely always will come on for day. My mommy, papa come on for Fontenbe palace. Before we climb and go for a chombi, go be on compound. I'll be very grateful for years so. Wow. Thank you very much. No. When I hold them too for that side, strong. We for ground zero, not enough to discourage me. Although that spot I don't keep me for halfway, but we hold them tight. We manage the little, we'll get them for ground for see how we feel always keep up the fight. Yes, credit not discourage me in any way. We need to ask them anything we know we were on. Now reason that we'll always be strong. Thank you so much. God bless you, Master. Had a good work on the do, man. And I know, trust me. When I get all kind of money for even cross enter Nigeria, run the war, but when I don't sacrifice on a life, same when I stay when I fight for we war, therefore abroad here to make politics. Dirty politics will destroy the revolution. I can only God will bless you, Master. Just keep the good work. Any video where I see from you, I show them out. I always speak very positive of you. These people always try to move propaganda against you and the rest, man. I definitely back 247. Ayeke forever. Continue. Make sure say hide your head fine as you shoot La Republic du Cameroun, the killer. Continue for hide. We'll definitely back in prayers, in spirit, one love, man. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that encouragement. Thank you. If I for small, for 10 people for done already, in fact, just using the propaganda, I take and put me down. Yes, if I not forget that heart, if I not for one leave that be war for come join this struggle, if I not for come with all my heart, for 10 people, Chris Anu, FM, and all that kabai, the for don't already drop me for down, but they don't do all kind of thing. And just because of truthfulness, where I get them, I be very straightforward, and I be inside the fight with all my heart. Now the reason that way they not ever fit for my back. So thank you for the encouragement. Hello, my brother. Good morning for we in the afternoon. Yes, I want to try to talk something. Now that yesterday will be the talk way from there. No say really this will come on for the BLM. And I'll be very grateful for hear from you. One thing we did for down, we concern you a fight for down here, and I say, special people like activists like when they up, we'll be very grateful because when they take and go live so all man to even including our enemies, they know say no, that fight not fit stand. It be active all the time. But some small one point there for insight. Where I could try for tell you like my own brother may understand. Me in particular, I don't like for the year for on air say it is so me I work with the ADF. Yes, ADF now colleagues them for ground zero. But they get some boys the way they over life for coach people. They over life for threaten people. They over life for show say the day. And we don't advise them tire. Say no, so they over life for ambush people. We are not like that style. We not fit the ground zero. We be like brothers. We try for meet up each other. Do how see how we do. For come together for free the land. But people they only do now the way where you want pass the place where they you the fear and fear because if you say they go ambush cash you tell your team. Soon the reason that way see when I hear I not be me happy. They will be my friend them. They come for you, they welcome them for the BLM. But I go for that side for Batsibo, I go for correction, my still the way come on ground one. They ambush me for road. So they want this army. I use my danger military tactics before I pass the place, go me away. Because not be one me that nonsense for this and that. I not be one time. But one of the year, and one of the highest thing for them, I feel only in life work in collaboration with the ADF, but I not feel ever be an ADF fighter. Because first and famous, big number not fit command me. Because he not get my capability. He not get my fighting spirit. He not fit command me. He not fit command me. The time that if you are the enter stand, ground zero general, if test is not there, you cannot see no you go stand. If you like that war, na graveyard. Yesterday, I hammer and for the Kelebe come for test and what I did to I showed them side the ground. When I go they could tell now what they carry and come up for the. No, that thing where I'm the hook up the top. Oh, I don't do this zero. Alive. No, be all ground zero generals. Many of them for ground they hate me because they speak the truth. And while they speak the truth, they expose them. Because they exploit una for up for nothing. They need to do anything, they just exploit una for up. Hide for house, they talk now how far they don't do this. No. So I thank you so much. Each time, when you want to go live with any of my maybe video, if you talk well, you talk anything you like them, but just avoid that name say ADF camp. Oh, I work for ADF. Yes. I not like for hear me. Now I tell you the reason why I not like for hear. Bangang they don't catch me sometime. ADF one come, I don't reset all the problem with the bangang so that come out. I just they out me and them just they would drink one beer. ADF come. Although they really come now for can't rescue me. But as if you one come, the problem was soft already. I be over like that love. I be like that spirit. Where they don't come for rescue me before the one come, the problem was soft. That means if the for one come way, they never rescue me, they for rescue me. So automatically it make me very happy. I decided me and them will go so they will reach Kurugwe. Go meet a big number. Man, she don't we will share together. I said no, I'm very grateful for the spirit. I go reach for day. As I enter the same day, the one use that their power thing. I not even see I sleep na fongata. Me and my 4 boys who are select and take and go tell the rest to go back. 4 boys who sleep now for prison. They break a whole me, move me for prison. That thing hurt me so that I bend my head so I laugh. I go me away. I just tell you not just because of you tell me how far you know moving to before it just that is it. That is the simple thing. It make me a be very angry. Catch your fellow brother when he comes to one you come personally where you never force my force. You decide for take bike follow for come at least when I share together. Say the idea when I be get them, it be fine. When I don't come, I be don't ready okay, but when I be come with the spirit say if you know they okay, it must be okay. But when I come down, they lock me, sleep from gata me. So it be overhot me. When I look all the people them so I look them, people have to take them across water. They lock me, they command me. I just laugh. So thank you so much. I don't hate me anymore. I just hate another word say ADF fighter, ADF camp. I not like me. Thank you so much. We're there together.
Ayeke, how for you? I want just make something clear. I never ever talk say you be under the ADF. You know be under the ADF. Whether at the Amber Gorillas you be part of also. I never ever talk say you be under the ADF. When did they use words and say restoration forces, whatever forces, Ambazonia forces, I use my own Ambazonia defense forces. We dey fight under Ambazonia. We dey defend Walan and we be in a force. So Ambazonia defense forces. Now you where they always talk say everybody now an Ambazonian that they defend and a force. Now for inside Ambazonia defense forces, all kind of forces that they exist. Whether na Amber Gorillas, whether na Seven Kata, whether na whatever they want to call themselves, that is their problem. And all those groups them, they be structured. ADF na ADF. Ambazonia na Ambazonia. Their defense now one defense with the defend against La Republic. The forces now we use were forces to fight La Republic. So the Amber Gorillas under General Ayeke, or maybe you don't change your name for your group, you be independent of what other groups that exist for instance Ambazonia. So many person no shit for diaspora. They confuse your head. They shit down with politics. Say, oh, I will say you do under ADF. Your command structure, no be general big number. You get your own command will be independent body fight one enemy when a La Republic. In as much as we disagree ourselves with the fight against La Republic. So I want to just make that clear. I just hope you have a nice day, bro. Thanks. And stay strong, stay safe.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for the clarification. But the only thing I say, you too, you bestly know very well, even more than me. Say, as it goes to Ambazonia Defense Force, that force belongs to the ADF. Here's the name. Although, now name that way, all way for ground zero will be get for Bear. Ambazonia Defense Force. Now name way, all ground zero will be get for Bear. But because of up and down, this and that, we don't cause the whole confusion for ground zero, but that one not mean anything. The only thing for we I say, me and the area would work in collaboration. Me and big number would work in collaboration. We not get any problem. We just there. The only thing we just hurt me as I will tell you. Me and them will always be, they come, when they come reach around Wabane, they will call me, I'll come down, meet up them. We should don't share together. Till the day I go back to I go collect my team, them at the pass. I want come, the information enter me, they don't tell me, they ambush me, disarm me. So when I be just hear that one, my heart started cut. And I started fear the kind of people with me and them will talk together. And from that day, I shift myself far away from them. But after all, me and them will not get any trouble. Thank you.
Ambazonians, I get a lot of audios that will play them, but make I just end with this one for Ayeke for now. I just prove a point. I always try as much as possible to collaborate all forces for ground zero. The fact that when they come on air, we can play audio when put a day alive, it don't mean say we will not get evidence. We protect every single force for ground zero. We protect their integrity. People that don't make a lot of rumors, they don't throw out a lot of rumors. Oh, Ayeke cannot be part of the ADF. You need to collaborate with us. That guy was collaborating with every single soldier on ground zero. A lot of dirty politics don't play in this revolution where they kill fighters on ground zero. And I go address this concern. When you shit down for abroad, because you not be part of a particular group, no thing say nothing support the other group. You get the right for support the other groups. Because at the end of the day, no be groups they fight Ambazonia. Now the Ambazonians they fight La Republic. So delete the word group. Just look at the Ambazonians. So you want to tell me say you know go support the fellow Ambazonian brother because he fight for a particular group? No. Now this idea of dirty politics from Maryland don't cause all this commotion for inside Ambazonia. They make people that they feel like say Ambazonia now group politics. This is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Go win La Republic. Look at the revolution based on what people are offering. Fighting La Republic du Cameroun. Encourage the collaboration for ground zero. Because I know we're not for abroad. We're not ever like to collaborate. Because you guys sit and you have dirty mindsets, dirty politics, and you want to inject those kinds of mindsets into the people back home. That should not work. This comes to my second point of discussion. What happens in Kumba? And again, what happens in Kumba? I know some of you are new to this revolution, very new, and so you're excited. And we see those who are excited in this revolution, excited like babies in this revolution. I know many of you are excited because you're just new. You're still trying to enjoy the popularity. You're trying to enjoy the cheering from the populace. You are so excited. It's like you've been stimulated on the clitoris or on those erogenous spots. You are so excited. And for that reason, anything that you think, you sleep, you dream, you wake up from the morning, you think that you want to say it out in public for it to be law, you can say it. This revolution was built on a strategy. And I repeat, this Ambazonia revolution was built on a strategy. I'll prove to you why it was built on a strategy. Felix Balla, Fontem Neba, Barrister Bobga, Tassan Wilfred, and a couple of people who sat on ground zero carefully crafted a strategy for federation. And on the 11th point, they added federation or independence. And that was launched in Buea at the market square, where Frundi was present as the 11th point was inserted into what became the biggest drama for La République du Cameroun. There was a strategy. That strategy pulled in John Frundi from Bamenda to be part of the Buea charade, to be part of the Buea march that had its 11th point as federation or independence. That was a strategy. The strategy included people from cross-dynamic backgrounds. Bobga was a lawyer. Tassan Wilfred was a teacher. Fontem Neba was an English teacher. There were a couple of them, civil society organizations. It was a strategy. Someone did not sleep one morning to wake up stating that he wants to fight La République du Cameroun. The strategy brought every single mindset. Balla, with all the knowledge he has, did not wake up one morning to say he wants to fight La République, that this is the plan he wants to roll out. He brought a consortium of experts, that is the word consortium, of experts to sit and chart out a plan, to sit and chart out that plan. And that plan became what we are facing today against La République du Cameroun. And even when they were arrested, Tapang Ivo and Mark Barretta took over. We had a plan. We had a strategy. We had advisors at the back who were telling us, Ivo, this is how you have to operate. This is how you have to step your feet. This is exactly how you have to move ahead. This was Mark and Tapang Ivo. We did not just surface from anywhere to roll out our own plans. We had a strategy to restore the internet. We had a strategy to still foster the revolution even though without the internet. We had a strategy to cripple La République even without funds. There was a strategy. Even when the revolution morphed from a federal point of view to an independence point of view, that was a strategy. Dr. Ayabacho Lucas wrote out his plans for guns. It was a strategy. He had an ADF. He had an AGOV-C. And those are groups. AGOV-C is not a government structure. It is a group, only a simple group. Like you can have any Njangi group with its presidents, vice presidents, and treasurers and the rest. That is how AGOV-C operates. It was a strategy. Every other person had his right to form a group, the freedom of association. Article 20 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948. Freedom of association, freedom of assembly. Everyone can form his or her own group. That was the strategy. But it came to the point where you want to inject politics in the revolution because of your selfish gains. It came to the point where a few miscreants, led by Sisiku and the rest, sat in Nigeria, thought the Ambazonia's revolution would be their political campaign for whatever was denied to them by the Paul Biya regime. And that is how they were arraigned. That is how they became so greedy and they were arrested and they're still currently in prison. It's a disgrace that the only so-called country in the world, its only so-called president is in jail for 3 years and counting and has been given a life sentence. And you are still unable to raid Konengi maximum security prison to take him out. It is a disgrace. It is a laughable event. Where in the world have you ever seen a president being arrested? The only time it happened was probably Saddam Hussein and the US government. But he was killed. And the people of Iraq have always revolted against the US government till today, making their state completely costly and unavoidable. Then we sit in the diaspora and all we think about is to become those ministers and those presidents that was denied, those positions that were denied to us by the Paul Biya regime. Because Paul Biya rejected you from Cameroon, you think you want to be that minister. You must still achieve your whatever has been described as a prophecy, your prophetic ambition in Ambazonia by becoming that president, by becoming that minister. Why people are dying on ground zero? You have people who are still very much excited, babies in this revolution, who sit. They don't know the left from the right. They wake up one morning, hey, schools must resume. What are schools resuming for? We've seen situations like in South Sudan, where students stayed for 30 years without going to school. Have they become illiterates? Have they become uncultured? Have they become miscreants? You have to know, and there must be a sacrificial generation. There must be a sacrificial generation in every revolution. If you are not that sacrificial lamb, then you are not ready to give up your life for an Ambazonia cause. Our children and ourselves and our current grandparents are the sacrificial generation for the future generation. When we say people should not go to school, it's not because we don't love school or we don't love kids to engage in schooling. On one hand, you have the lives that are at risk. On the other hand, you have education that is also important. The UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, on one hand promotes the right to education, at least basic education. Yes, we promote international law. We want UNESCO. We want to integrate. We want to be an integral party of the UNESCO and promote its ideals. But on the other hand, Chapter 7 of the United Nations talks about security. How can we guarantee our security? You want education, you want security. How do you balance these two? How do you balance these two? There cannot be education when there is no security. You cannot guarantee the right to free passage of students, pupils on the streets of Ambazonia when you cannot guarantee their security. There is no way you can force education when kids cannot study, or kids will be studying in bomb blast. It doesn't happen. It has never happened. You want your kids to bend their heads and study while gunshots are flying in the air? One of the two most quiet places in the world are libraries. The second one is a graveyard. It is either you live in a library and study there where it's so quiet, or you are dead and you sleep in a quiet graveyard. Libraries are supposed to be very quiet, and all schools must have a library. How can you have a library in a town that is riddled with bullets, that has been infested by the Cameroon military terrorists, that continues to suffer from gunshot blasts, explosions, and the rest? How can you have a school? How can you have libraries in that kind of an environment? Are you educating the children, or are you injecting them into fear? What are they studying? Are they studying war? Or are they studying some book or whatever that would become or that will be known to your best interest? You cannot guarantee education when you don't have security. That is the basic truth. I cannot guarantee education and quality education, because when we talk about education, it's not all about education. It's all about the quality of the education. I cannot guarantee quality education when I cannot guarantee security. Why is it that most of us who are sitting abroad, why did we not go to the Middle East to study? Why are we applying for Western education? No, let's be honest. Give me a simple answer. You who is watching me right now, you probably have a master's, a bachelor's degree from the Western universities. Why did you not go to Afghanistan to study in the universities? Why did you not go to Iraq? Why did you not go to Kuwait? And they have great universities over there. Why did you not go to Iran? Why are you targeting only places that are safe and that are peaceful? It is because the Foreign Policy magazine has clearly stated that Cameroon ranks number 7 among the most dangerous conflicts in the world. Besides Yemen and Afghanistan, there is Cameroon. And you are still forcing your kids to go and study in that environment. Whom will you blame if anything happens to your kids? Will you blame me, Mefo? Or will you blame yourself, the dull parent who cannot understand that the sound of a bullet means danger? Then you send kids to Kumba, where La République du Cameroun has infested. You trust the lives of your kids in the hands of La République du Cameroun terrorists. No, let me break this down. You are trusting the life of your kids into the hands of La République du Cameroun terrorists. You are trusting the lives of your kids into Mimi Mefo's hands, a woman who does not know her right from her left. You're trusting you an Ambazonian, you in the Ambazonia territory. You are trusting the lives, your child you raise for so many years. You are trusting the lives of your kids on statements made by La République du Cameroun agents like Mimi Mefo, Balla, and the Cameroon military terrorist. It means you don't understand what is Ambazonia. It means you don't understand who is La République du Cameroun. There you go with La République du Cameroun that has consistently lied to you. And you know that even if your kid graduates from that university, from that secondary school, he or she will never get a job in neighboring La République du Cameroun. The system is corrupt. Cameroun was ranked by Transparency International as the most corrupt country for 2 years in a row, 1999 and 2000. And for the next year, it was still ranked as the most corrupt country in the world. It is still on the corruption index as the most corrupt country, or one of the most corrupt countries. And you're still trusting that your kid can have a quality education in Cameroon and get a job? Why are you wasting your time? You have this yellow acho soup who sits from Germany. Schools have resumed. Cameroon government has said schools have resumed. Schools have resumed. No, it is safe. Kids should go to school. Then 2 days later, she's the one crying on Facebook. No, they have killed 7 in school. No, they will kill many. Many will die. Because you don't listen. Do you prefer your kids to go to school and die? Or do you prefer them to stay at home and stay safe and go to school in the later years? America, for example, we are all keeping our kids at home because of COVID. Because the security in America cannot guarantee your kids to be safe in schools amid a pandemic like COVID. That is why the government, it is more than them. The government has said, please keep your kids at home because we cannot guarantee your kids' safety in schools because of COVID. The same thing we are telling Ambazonians, keep your kids at home because we cannot guarantee the safety of your kids in school. This is more than us. The Cameroon military is well armed. We are fighting an asymmetric warfare. They are well armed. So keep your kids at home. Just like Americans are doing. But no one is listening. In America, everyone is obeying. In Amazonia, you have idiots with blockheads, babies running out. Oh no, send kids to school. Send them to school. And they are the first to come and publish that, oh no, 7 have died. They're shot in the head. Let me tell you 10 reasons why La République is responsible for the deaths in Kumba. Number 1, when you examine all of those corpses, from one to the other, the second one, I have seen the corpses. It is gory. It is a gory sight. Those bodies were not mutilated. They had gunshot wounds inflicted to the head. I mean, real-time gunshot wounds, shattering the heads, blowing out the brains. These were high-caliber weapons. Okay. La République du Cameroun says Ambazonia is ill-equipped. We don't have the weapons. We're still using clubs, machetes to fight a militarized regime. And so how comes the Amber Boys are using guns to shatter the heads of their own kids? It is Cameroon. These are signatures that are consistent with Cameroon's past tactics of intimidating civilians. Number 2, Baby Martha died under similar circumstances. Her head was shattered with a high caliber weapon. Her head was shattered with a high caliber weapon. Baby Martha. What about the Ngabo kids? The heads were shattered with high caliber weapons. High caliber weapons. And we all established that what happened to Baby Martha was done by La Republic to Cameroon. What happened in Ngabo was done by La Republic to Cameroon. And what is happening in Kumba, come on, has been done by La Republic to Cameroon. The only difference is that La Republic du Cameroun tries to cover up one lie by using another lie, thereby defending the previous lie. Let me explain. When they shattered Baby Martha's heads, they never apologized. They went on to shatter the heads of kids in Ngabo. They never apologized. This time around, the devil comes doing the same thing and using a trick. And what is the trick? Rally a few people, intimidate them, coerce them to say, oh no, they are Amber Boys. When the Amber Boys came shattering the heads of those Kumba kids, did they hold a flag? How do you know it's Amber Boys? You need an independent investigation to establish the veracity of that story. Then you have idiots, foolish Ambazonians, who sit because they are looking for excuses to leave the Ambazonia revolution. Oh no, this thing is already getting so dangerous. I'm going to leave. No, you were never part of the Ambazonia revolution. You were never. You have always been a La Republic supporter. So don't look for an excuse to hinge on. Let me share with you a story by Mefo. Ambazonians, have a look at this story. This is what a lady would write. This is what a lady writes on her Facebook page, and she calls herself a journalist. Let's analyze. Look at the second paragraph of this particular stupid girl's post. The second paragraph. Let's focus on the second paragraph. She writes, no, the third paragraph. Suspected separatist fighters invaded Mother San Francisco College in Kumba, shooting students studying in classrooms indiscriminately. I don't want to analyze her bad grammar, bad English. This woman is completely a francophone who does not know how to speak English, who does not even know how to write English. A journalist must use words like reported, allegedly, it is being said that. But here, when you see a journalist ascertaining that suspected fighters, she's like stamping out her authority that these guys are suspected Ambazonia fighters. Not even that, people are saying that it is being reported that it is alleged that suspected fighters. This woman is clearly a La Republic to Cameroon agent. Read the third paragraph. Is that how a journalist writes? And you call yourself working for DW? DW merely compensated you because Cameroon was chasing you. They did not take you because you were the best. They took you because you were vulnerable. And yet, after 1 year in DW, you cannot change. You don't know how to still write a simple journalism script. I don't want to go into the in-depth of her journalist. Completely flawed with errors. Everything. Writing suspected with capital letters, separatists, or everything about her. She doesn't even know how to use capital letters. She doesn't know anything. The head is empty. You see the skull. The skull is just water head. Look at what a journalist, a so-called journalist is writing. And you guys are sharing everyone on social media. Oh, me for don't say the Ambazonia fighters. He don't talk so easy for abroad. He been a military. Okay, she collaborates with the military. Where does she get her information from? To ascertain that it's Ambazonia fighters. This is how they control the narrative. This is how they coerce people into thinking. They set the agenda into thinking that Ambazonians are criminals, are terrorists. These fake journalists, these are the people responsible for the deaths in Amazonia, putting people at risk, pitting fighters against each other. Show me the independent report. Publish it on your page. Let us look at the independent findings to say, yeah, these Ambazonians who did it. Show me what caliber of weapons were used. Where are the bullets? What is the mark of those bullets? Where did the bullets come from? Show me the range at which they shot to shatter the heads of those kids. Who are the fighters? Who conducted the independent report? The same Cameroun military that we don't trust? Or let's say Ambazonian military that we don't trust? We need independent investigators. How dare you trust Cameroun to tell you that they are Ambazonian fighters who shot? Oh, we don't see interview for Vosai. You see interview for CRTV. You trust CRTV. You want them to go and say on CRTV that no, they are La République du Cameroun terrorists who killed. Yeah, hello. Let me call you back, please. You want them to tell you that they are La République du Cameroun terrorists who killed? Here's someone writing, a Black Saturday in Kumba. At least 6 students. She doesn't even know how to. I don't want to even look at the grammar myself. At least 6 students massacred by gunmen. He don't know how to even use capital letters, when to use small letters, when to use capital letters. Wailing, panic, total agony is what characterized Kumba. Yeah, grammar for human being. This girl completely, this Mbonda Pekin. Division of the restive. Yeah, restive. Because you don't hear small word restive, the whole word in a restive. Restive southwest region of Cameroon. Shut up. Say southwest region of Cameroon. Which Cameroon? On Saturday, October 24, 2020. Here. Journalists don't even know when we use Saturday, October 24. This is pure trash. Suspected fighters. Suspected separatists. You put separatist capital letters. Invaded Mother Teresa College, Fiango Kumba, shooting students studying in classroom indiscriminately. Here, when you use indiscriminately for last end for sentence. An inhabitant of Kumba says, we saw around. Wait. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where's the balance for the story? Where's the accuracy? Where are the facts? This is pure propaganda. Pure. This is exactly what Balla likes. Balla Agbo, the La Republic agent. Ambazonians. We come to the last point. Some people called me to say, hey, Ivo, do you know what? After seeing these killings in Kumba, I have given up on the struggle. What is the way forward? I think we should go and just apologize, or we should compromise. We should compromise. We should give up. Let me be honest with you, Ambazonians. Ever since we started raising money to buy guns, we started purchasing guns and bullets, we started using explosives in this fight against La République du Cameroun's terrorism, the number of civilian deaths have drastically reduced. That is a fact. Number 2, we are not backing down because we are in a self-help situation. You back down, you'll be extremely wiped out. We will be totally extinct. Number 3, whatever you're seeing in Amazonia, whether the kidnappings, the taking for ransom, the infighting, the killings, are all characteristics of every civilian conflict in the world. Even the Black Lives Matter movement has a leader that has been arrested by the FBI for stealing funds. These are characteristics of every single group, including families. We will not throw the baby with the bath water. We will throw away the water, but we will bring the baby back into the house. If you think you are so eager to leave the Ambazonia revolution because you see kidnappings, the taking of ransom, all these vices that you keep shooting at the faces of Ambazonia leaders, then you should stay back and watch the game play out. We don't need chicken hearts to be part of the Ambazonia revolution. Go and join La République, therefore. Go join La République. It means you clearly support what La République du Cameroun is doing. We gave you the opportunity to raise funds and supply to those boys on ground zero. By you denying them the right to have the $2 million, you've pushed them to be kidnappers. You've pushed them to be infighting groups. So how do you rescue them? Let's be honest. If I was the one on ground zero, knowing that I'm not having any funds and I need to fight against La République du Cameroun, I will use every single means to survive. I will not operationalize what I mean every single means. I will use every single means to survive. Those boys on ground zero cannot be running businesses while fighting La Republic to Cameroon. Never. They cannot serve two masters at once. Yeah, Wale on the move. Hello? Yes. Are they live? Are they live? Yes, I'll call you back. Yes. Those boys cannot be serving two masters at once. Do you expect them to go running businesses to raise funds, to buy guns and keep fighting La Republic, therefore exposing themselves while trading to raise funds? This is a war. You don't expect to recruit soldiers, active combatants, and allowing them to go and do business. You don't expect that to happen. If you want to have a military, have them in active service and supply them with the necessary weapons. Give them the food to eat. Those boys have sacrificed. And if they are kidnappers today, I don't blame them. I blame us sitting in the diaspora who is stealing the money. I blame you who is calling me to complain. Why don't you identify them and give them money? Replace their income. Why don't you replace the source of income? If you truly know they are kidnapping for $10, $1, why don't you give them $100? Why? It's because you're stingy, you're crafty. You're only looking for an escape route. You're looking for excuses to give to the enemy that I'm coming to join the enemy because the other side is a kidnapping group. That is stupid. It's because you are stingy. It's because you are truly a La Republic agent. If I know that my wife is a prostitute, I will look for a replacement income. I will look for another source of opportunity for her to do and stay away from the prostitution. If you know that your kid is a thief, why don't you want to give him a job? Will you throw away your kid because he's a thief? Should I throw away all the Amazonian fighters because they are kidnappers? Why don't I replace their income? Then you come running to me, oh, I will more do how? The revolution not spoil and spoil. I'll go join La Republic. It's because you have always loved La Republic. You go join La Republic that has massacred more than 10,000 people in Amazonia, displaced women and children, displaced families. You go join La Republic. My brother, sit down and watch us play this game out. Cameroon is the worst thing and it should be the last, if not on your list, for you to ever join. You have a way out. Clearly, you have a way out. Go and identify those Amber boys. Fund them. They will not look at money for ransom. They will be looking at your money to fight La Republic to Cameroon. If truly they were thieves, they would have left Amazonia ever since and gone to Nigeria with the money they took as ransom. It's because we have become so stingy. We don't want to help soldiers. We don't want to give soldiers the basic to operate. That is the mindset of Amazonians. At the end of the day, you'll see parents then tomorrow for Monday that they carry Pekin that they go for school. Pekin when I go school, yeah. No, more deaths will happen. I can clearly predict that as a political scientist. There are so many deaths that will happen in schools. If you been a papa, send Pekin for school, may go die. If you've been a stubborn papa, send them for school, may the Pekin go die. Because we don't talk for one another here. A word to a wise not suffice sense. We tell when I say school not safe. La Republic they attack any site, any place, anytime. When I don't know, I don't lost 4 picking them. Those papa with the lost picking them after they don't bury this picking them, would for catch them, beat them for public, beat them well for being so stubborn to expose innocent kids to their early graves. Do you think those kids are going to school because they love school? No, they are going because they are afraid that if they don't go, their parents will flog them at home. You push kids into the streets. That is unsafe for them to stay in. Those parents have to be flogged. Any parent where they send Pekin for school forcefully, you need to flog that parent. Those are innocent kids. When a year gone, so they shake. And then you, papa, they should not for inside house. No, let's be honest. You are sending your kids to school, but you are expecting goes down. You, the student for inside house, they hide their head. The first Pekin may go for school. Why you not go for that school? Go stand where you're Pekin to teach. When you're Pekin, if you want to send Pekin for school, go for the school. Go stand for campus. Till the Pekin finish, you take your hand, you hold them, you come back for house. Now, so good parents get to do it. If you know say security for situation, it be bad, Go stand for inside the school. Be the tell una, oh no, the schools are secured. The schools are secured. When they pay them 10,000, they can't shit off for 2 days. They come all go them. The next day they can't strike again. They wanna start crying the whole place. Dull and bazamzams. Kapo Daniel get up a corner and say, "We're gonna fool them." Oh, Mefo don't talk so. Eric say no, school correct. School. Now send them for school now. They wanna can't cry after. We send them for school, may they go die. They wanna can't cry after for Facebook. Dull papa them, foolish things them. Now would really brainwash this and bafools them. Now would really tell una, say more than even yeah, till we francophone, Mefo when a bamleke became bunda picking. When if he brush teeth, brown teeth, they tell una. Now they really tell una, say more than hear from La Republic. Okay, when I go hear from La Republic, no, La Republic can bury him. I leave una for today, Ambazonians. I get a lot of calls that they come in. All right, una take care, bye bye.